You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
Inside the secret Trump deal that stopped tracking a dangerous threat, based on an article by Tom Hartman. The government that learned to sell you out. A Salmonella state of mind. The source story starts with cyclospora in salad and ends where it should. At Power, thousands of people across more than 30 states got sick. The FDA briefly flagged lettuce from Taylor Farms, then walked it back as a false positive after the company's CEO visited the White House. Meanwhile, Trump's FDA and Robert Kennedy delayed the Food Traceability Rule until 2028, and the CDC cut back surveillance. The result is not mystery. It is deliberate administrative blindness. Traceability was the target. The point of food tracing is simple. When people get sick, find the source fast. That is exactly what the Trump FDA postponed. This was not some neutral bureaucratic recalibration. It was a decision that made contamination harder to trace, which is convenient for industrial agriculture and disastrous for everyone else. Taylor Fresh Foods then sent money to Trump's MAGA Inc. Super PAC shortly after the delay became public. That is the political structure here. Regulatory retreat first, money second, accountability never. The public gets a SICT and a press statement. The company gets time, deniability, and a friend in the White House. The pattern is the product. The same template repeats across every issue in the source. Fossil fuel money buys attacks on clean air rules. Oil and Detroit's old guard help kill EV incentives and tailpipe standards. Chemical money weakens FOS limits. Drug money blocks real price relief. Private equity helps kill nursing home staffing rules. Meat packers get faster line speeds. Rail lobbyists bury safety reforms. Restaurant and retail interests preserve a $7.25 minimum wage. Corporate cash neuters labor enforcement. This is not a collection of unrelated policy debates. It is one machine, and its function is to convert public need into private profit. The policy outcome is not confusion. It is the business model. The Republican state is the delivery system. The article is right to name the GOP as the operative vehicle, because that is what it has become. The delivery system for concentrated wealth. Republicans are not merely failing to stop these outcomes. They are the ones making the choices. They gut the NIH, hollow out the CDC, strip the NLRB, kneecap the Social Security Administration, gut the Education Department, and slash public broadcasting. They do this while collecting checks from the industries that benefit. That is the crucial fact the usual political language tries to blur. This is not gridlock, it is governed sabotage. The state is still active. It is just active on behalf of the people paying for the wreckage. The courts were the fuse. The source closes the loop correctly with Citizens United and Clarence Thomas. Once unlimited corporate cash was treated as protected political speech, every other route became easier to finance and harder to stop. The article points to the family of a billionaire with a grotesque taste for Nazi memorabilia increasing its political giving by 862% after that ruling. That is not an anecdote. It is a proof of concept. Money no longer merely influences policy around the edges. It buys the door, the lock, the keys, and the guard at the door. After that, legislation is mostly the ceremonial formality. Democracy means breaking the machine. The deeper pattern here is not just corruption. It is capture so complete that public harm becomes routine administration. People are told to accept contaminated food, weaker air, higher drug prices, frozen wages, hollowed-out agencies, and collapsing safety rules as if these were isolated failures rather than one coordinated political arrangement. They are not isolated. They are the logic of rule by donors. The answer is not to polish the process or hope for better manners from the same class of thieves. The answer is to identify the mechanism, name the actors, and break the pipeline that lets wealth turn itself into law. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Alternet for today's article. With the automated voice of Clara, thanks for listening.